out? And that's the question. Do fucking notifications go out? How do you have 4,500 subscribers and then they tell 0 people when there's a live? They tell 300 of the 4,500 people that there's a new post. Like, what is YouTube doing? They're flagging our stuff because a girl's in a swimsuit. Like, what is YouTube really doing? Like, that's why fools go to Instagram, man. But either way, there's a concert tonight, Tiki Bar in Salem on Lancaster, 8 p.m. West Coast American Standard Time, which is pretty soon. Pretty soon. So we're gonna get there. We're gonna shred, get on stage, rip the whole shit. Yeah, man. So went to some venues last night, bro. We still go to strip clubs. That's all we do, really. You know, we try to get in shape. Right now we're getting tan and drunk, but like, we try to get in shape, you know, as long as our joints can take it. Operation Johns, you know, trying for a contract with the Portland NBA Trailblazers. If our joints would let us, you know, after we get in there and do some squats and, you know, try to dunk a few times, the next day it's like, fuck, man. So maybe just a full-time rapper, you know, easier on the knees and the Achilles. And so, but yeah, you know, we need these fucking notifications to go out, man. We got 13 Instagrams, 3 Facebooks. Hold on, how many Facebooks? 1, 2, 3 Facebooks, 2 YouTubes, 3 TikToks. We got, it's just ridiculous. We need the notifications to go out, you know. There's people being sent viral. It's like they're playing with house money, you know, but if it was easy, everyone would do it. But, you know, at some point, it's like we're on year 11. You know, we started in 2014. We're on year 11. We just need YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, for that matter, to just send out notifications. It's like people hit the subscribe button, and then, you know, then for what? You know, do they get the notifications? But either way, 3 people here now, and for you 3 people, there is a concert in Salem, Oregon tonight, 8 p.m. We're gonna get on stage and spit some fire and flames, okay? Hoes Balmy John Say, Gary John Say. We're gonna get on stage and be like Bomb to Beaverton, where all the strippers are light brown. We're gonna be like FG Johns, the motherfucking stunner, rolling through the winter all the way into the summer, moving through the lane, move like a Hummer, out tipping strippers, try to tell me something funner. Concert. We're gonna hit all that. Yeah, Beak, are you in Oregon by chance? We got a concert in Salem. We're getting drunk right now, getting tan. So, 4 people here. Okay, we can deal with that. We can deal with 4 people. That means notifications at least went out. So, oh, we got an Oregon guy. Okay, very rarely do people from Oregon, you know, only 1 out of every probably 100 people is from Oregon, you know. And so we got Ash in here. And so, oh, Beak, okay. Johns. Oh, bro, so we got 2 Oregon people. We got a Eugene guy and then an NEP guy. So, which is very unique, actually, because most of the time, you know, we got people from Melbourne, New York, Houston, LA, and so it's unique to see people from Oregon. But yeah, we got a concert tonight, man. Salem, Oregon, getting it going. We're trying to get up in there, do the mic check at 7, and then rip the stage at 8. And so it's on Landbaster in Salem, 8 o'clock. The name is Tiki. So Beak Breaker. It is Tiki. So Tiki. Tiki in Salem. And so yeah, real easy to type in. And so we're gonna be there at the mic check early, because that's mandatory. We're gonna mic check the sound system, and then we're gonna rip the stage at 8 o'clock, man. And so yeah, and it makes me wonder, so there's 2 Oregon guys in here. How many of the 4,500 subscribers are Oregon guys? And that's what, because maybe it's 100, is it 100 or is it 20, so, but yeah, we got a concert, and so we're gonna get that going. Actually, 6 people, if 6 people popped into the live, we should be happy, right? Even though there's 4,500 subscribers, the fact that 6 people popped in, that means notifications did in fact go. So maybe we owe YouTube a thank you. So okay, yeah, bring dudes. Oh, Ash, you're right. Okay, so Ash, let me put it to you like this, because you're right about that, but we're talking about people that hit subscribe. Does that make sense? So yeah, does everyone in Oregon know who we are? All the millennials and part of Gen Z, yes. And so part of Gen Z, part of Gen X, yes, obviously. And then all the millennials, no pimping. Oh, are we muted? Testing. Did it mute? Oh, okay. All right. So again, like we were saying, Gen X, half of Gen X, half of Gen Z knows who we are, and then all of the millennials, right, in Oregon, right? But here's the thing: do they subscribe, right? Do they hit subscribe, or are they actively abstaining, like in protest, right? Because that's why it's hard to be famous in the town that you're from, because all the locals are haters, right? Or 99%, not all. 99% of the locals are such haters, right? But the reason we question it is because, do they hit subscribe? And that's the question, right? Now, when we go out, of course, yeah, obviously, if we go to a venue in East Beaverton, downtown Portland, people are going to be like, okay, Johns, right? And so yeah, that's fame, right? But how many are going to get these notifications? Because they wouldn't hit subscribe because of the local diametric opposition that they have to us. And so, we say all that to say, of the 4,500, most of those people are probably New York, Melbourne, Los Angeles, maybe Houston, because it's a big city and we've seen them in our statistics, and then whatever city in the UK draws the most people. But that's what it is. But long story short, 8 people here now, which is not bad. Honestly, that means that notifications went out. So notifications went out. Thank you, YouTube. We got a concert tonight. Tiki Bar in Salem, Oregon. Landbaster, 8 p.m. Tiki, Tiki. And so we're going to get up there, rip the whole shit, get up there and shred on stage. We got the mic check at 7, and then we're going to get up there and just dominate, bro. We're about to, how many songs we did? Beaverton to Westland, swimming through the work like we got a right and left in. Who you testing? Got so huff, we got to tuck my chest in. We're going to hit that. We're going to hit the pay your taxes, sending emails and faxes, rolling through the spot with the gang of Anglo-Saxons. We're going to hit that. Perm your hair to see if it relaxes, swinging hammers like they're axes. We're going to hit that. We're going to hit the Abu Rashid. We're going to hit that. We're going to hit FG Johnson, the motherfucking stunner. We're going to hit Hoes Bommy Johnson, Garrett Johnson. So we're going to hit those. It's going to be about a 9 minutes of just shredding. And then here's the thing. It's hard to read these comments because the sun's in our face because we're getting tan and drunk at the same time. So, but yeah, man, let me try to read these guys. We got to look close. So, all right, bring in the guys, Addy, Tiki. Yeah, so local influence, you're right about that, Ash. But it's just, do they hit subscribe? They know who we are, but do they hit subscribe? They probably see us in their news feed incidentally. And so, hey, Beak says, local legend. Bro, we are an American Messiah. The American Messiah is what that is. A local legend, I mean, maybe, right? But American Messiah, right? That's the whole United States. We are the American Messiah. And if you see us in public, then you'll probably notice the people following us in prayer, having a seance, right, as they're praying. And so, yeah. So, Francis Garrett Johnson, G. John, okay, S7, yeah. New Orleans. Oh, Brimewave. Okay, so Brimewave, he's the guy that gave us the beat for Hoes Bommy Johnson. Garrett Johnson, Hoes Bommy Johnson. It's Garrett Johnson. Okay, Hoes Bommy Johnson. It's Garrett Johnson. Hey, Hoes Johnson. You listening? Garrett Johnson. Yeah, so that's Brimewave. He's the one who gave us free of charge. He just sent us that and was like, hey, rip this whole shit. And then he was introduced to us by a guy named Batscan, an Oregon guy. So Batscan is like a Eugene. He's rural, but he's more Eugene. And he's a singer / rapper, and he introduced us to Brimewave, and Brimewave gave us the damn instrumental. And so it was fire, and we just got up on it. And so thank you to Brimewave. Hey, so 8 people now. That means that notifications went out. Thank you, YouTube. We got to be happy that we could even reach that many, right? Even though there's 4,500 subscribers. And so that's how it goes. New Orleans. Wow. So New Orleans, bro, Brimewave out there? See, we need him to go viral. We need that fool to go viral, But yeah, we still need to meet him in real life because he sent us these instrumentals just because he's a nice guy, right? So he sent us the instrumentals out of just being a nice guy, but we need to meet him and say, thank you. So, but hey, Brimewave, thank you. HID, yep, New Orleans. Hey, now, actually, that's a good idea. Bro, that's a good idea. Put up QR code. Bro, we might do that. That's a good idea. Thank you for that. QR code. He said guerrilla marketing. Guerrilla marketing, you guys. Hold on, that's a good ass idea. MO, thank you for that. Guerrilla marketing. Damn, we're gonna have to because it's go time. So, yeah, Batscan S7. Batscan from S7, thank you for that. Into Ashland, Oregon. Okay, let me talk about Ashland, Oregon. And that this is a guy, timeout, S7 says Batscan. Yep, thank you, Batscan. Thank you, S7. Into AADD, who says thoughts on Ashland, Oregon. Now, You guys, we moved to Oregon in 1998. We were in the 10th grade. And so we were looking at, basketball and football and who won the state championship because we had just moved to Oregon, 10th grade. Now, at that point in time, Ashland and Roseburg were winning all the football state championships, which is random. Like, that's wild. Because you got towns like Beaverton and Gresham and Eugene and Salem. Why would a team from Ashland win the state championship in football? But that's how it was. And that was the 90s, and we were teenagers. And so that's my only thought about Ashland, Oregon, is the fact that in the late 90s, when we first moved here, my dad brought us up here to Oregon, and we were looking at the state champions, and it was in Ashland and Roseburg were the ones winning the football state championships, which is wild because there's much bigger towns, like, again, Beaverton, Salem, Eugene, obviously Portland, but Gresham. How does Ashland win a state football championship? But that was 25 years ago. But so that's my only thought about Ashland, and that's my only opinion of Ashland. But we'll visit if there's any hopefully venues there or fine ass girls. But hey, we can get into Mo says got you. Okay, yeah. Patriotism. Okay. Yep. The guerrilla marketing is right. So okay, yeah. If you're a good skateboarder, you could go viral off that, It depends, now skateboarding, that's cool if it's fun, but like, if you're doing it for fun, yeah, like, but maybe you could try to go viral, but unless you're just having fun with your buddies, then yeah, okay, but, try to go viral. So Ashland, Oregon. So we got an Ashland guy, a Eugene guy, and then a Northeast Portland guy. So that's interesting because a lot of times on Instagram when we go live, we're lucky to get one Oregon guy in there, because people are such haters around the 503 area code, and 503 is obviously Beaverton, Portland, and even down to Salem. But yeah, so again, long story short, 3 o'clock, we got a concert here in about 5 hours. We're going to do sound check, and then we're going to get up in there around 8, shred the stage, spit fire and flames, bomb to Beaverton where all the strippers are light brown. We're going to hit that one. We're going to hit the hoes, Balmy Johnson. And again, that beat, Brime Wave sent us that. So, and then there's a guy in here from New Orleans that knows him, which is wild. We might have to go live on YouTube more often because, damn, yeah, Brime Wave did us a real favor. He emailed us like 12 instrumentals. Half of them were fire, and so we used them. And then, yeah, so that's about it, man. But 818. So is that Idaho? 818. We gotta try to think what that is. That's probably Idaho. But yeah, we're getting tan in the sunlight. We're getting drunk before our show, and then we're gonna see how hard we can go. 100%. Shred the stage, spitting fire and flame. Hopefully, they keep telling us, hey, there's gonna be some dimes there. Oh, you're from Los Angeles. We're gonna be in Los Angeles Sunday. We're gonna be in LA on Sunday. Yeah, we're headed out of here tomorrow night, and then we're gonna be in LA, or at least the southern California. So we got Hood Rich in here, John R. So 818. All right. yeah, we're gonna get going. We're gonna take the bus or train, right? We're gonna take the train, get to LA. We got some things to do down there, and then yeah, we're gonna see how it goes, man. But we'll be there Sunday through, we're gonna spend some time there, and then LA, the Valley, huh? Okay. That's cool, man. 20 minutes, bro. That's a good live. We got some good. Thank you for the information, guys. That is some good information. The guerrilla marketing, bro. That is the guerrilla marketing. Like, at this point, because you guys, we got to go viral. We've been viral before, but it has to be every day. You have to go viral every fucking day just to survive. And so, obviously we've been viral multiple times, anywhere from, it was kind of funny because for a while we had only been viral like 8 or 9 times, right? And then last year we went viral probably 18 times, all on Instagram and Facebook. And so it's wild. Now it's subsided a little bit. It definitely took like a downturn on the traffic. I mean, there's still traffic, obviously, but like last year was something else. We had videos getting 800,000, 600,000 views, but it's got to be every day, and that's the thing. And so, yeah, that's how it goes. We got Astral. Yep. Same mom, same dad is right. And so Astral's here. Oh, Tulsa. It's going to be a long time before we get back to Tulsa. We were there visiting the original G. Johnson, Greg Johnson, my dad. We were there visiting him, and now he's since then moved to Kansas, right? Suburban Kansas City. And so he's in suburban Kansas City. So we'll probably never go to Tulsa again unless there's something that brings us there. But we were there. We went to a strip club. We went to a couple strip clubs. We went to a regular club. Walked around a little bit. There was some women. There was women. When we went to the mall, there was women there. So yeah, Tulsa was cool. It seemed like it's just slightly smaller than Portland, but there was women there, the kind of down south fine women, right? And they were fine. And so that's all you can ask for, bro, is what do the women look like, what kind of venues they got, and what's going on there. So yeah, but yeah, Tulsa, if something brings us back, we'll go. But my dad moved, so we would go visit him where he's at. But I think he's moving again to Beattle. Washington pretty soon. So we got to talk to my dad today. Actually, we gave him a phone. We phoned him today, but we'll talk to him whenever. But yeah, he's moving back to the Northwest. So hey, thank you for asking, guys. And now we're gonna scroll real quick. LA, the Valley. Yep, we'll be there Sunday. So, oh yeah, Hood Rich, thank you for that. Ashland, Oregon. Hope that goes well. Thank you, Hood Rich. Hood Rich into Tulsa. Yeah. There was women there. Same mom, same dad. Astral. Yep. Yeah, Hood Rich. You ever been out in Sacktown? One time was like still a student at the University of Western Oregon. Went down to visit my high school buddy because that's where we started high school at. So visited my high school buddy. We went to this venue, little venue, and it was fun. It was cool. There was women in there, a bunch of rap music, a bunch of black people, a bunch of basketball players, getting drunk. So, and then women, right? And so that was our one time. One time in SAC, going out, right? Because, you know, we left as a kid. You know, if you leave going into the 10th grade, it's hard to. So, but we went out the one time we went back, and so it was cool. It was cool. But Sacktown. Are you from Sac, Hoodrich? If you're from Sac, what high school did you go to? Damn, what high school did you go to? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Tulsa has women, that's for sure. Yep. Yeah. Thank you, LAK. Yeah. Oh, Liam has a birthday. That's really good. Hit screen record, guys. Liam has a birthday. Liam sounds like he's British. Is that a British name, you guys? Liam. That is such a British name. So, that is a British name, Liam. So, it's his birthday. All right. Even better, Hoodrich. Well, you know, in LA, you know, we're gonna go look around. You know, we're gonna go look around. So Alex Lathrop, we're gonna go look around. We need to be where more population is. We're gonna hit some open mics to get the stage reps, right? Because a lot of times those open mics, they turn into full-blown concerts. You know, like let's say you advertise an open mic, and then all of a sudden you got an audience, right? And so open mics can turn into concerts real quick. If there's 60 people there, that's a concert. Does that make sense, guys? So like, yeah, we're gonna go to open mics, LA, you know, and then we're gonna see what's bracking, and then you know, obviously we're gonna advertise it. If we're gonna do an open mic, we're gonna advertise it, and then if you get 60 people up in there, that's a concert, right? So that's what we're gonna do in LA, and you know, in the daytime we'll probably teach English. Probably, we'll see though. We need to look and see what happens. It's gonna be a yard sale. It's actually gonna be very difficult what we're doing, but we have to, because we have to go viral right now. It's been 11 years, you know, it's like, and yeah, we've been viral, but it has to be every day. In order to survive, it has to be every day. And so we're gonna go down to LA. In Portland, Oregon, you got, or we should say metropolitan Oregon. That's what we should say, because it's Beaverton, Gresham, Vancouver, Tiger, Tualatin, Wilsonville, all the suburbs, you know. So metropolitan Oregon. You got people, but it's a bunch of haters. And it's the rap scene in Portland is very LGBTQ. And so that makes it local, right? Because it's a bunch of LGBTQ people having fellowship with each other, right? So they're doing their local / LGBTQ fellowship and having local popularity. That's different than what we're doing. We're international. The American Messiah is international, right? And so, you know, it's just time to leave Oregon. You know, we need to go to a metropolitan place where there's 15 million people instead of 1 million or 1.5, whatever, you know, whatever metropolitan Oregon is. It's probably 1.5. But what if it was 50? What if it was 10 times that, right? So we have to go to LA, and we're gonna leave tomorrow after this concert tonight. We're gonna leave, and then we're gonna arrive on the train on Sunday, and then we're gonna just we're gonna be shooting from the hip. But we got to go viral, and more than twice a month. It has to be once a day. And so twice a month is cool, but it needs to be twice or once a month. Okay, twice a month is cool, but it needs to be once a day. And so that's what we're doing in LA. We got to hit open mics. We got to do a lot of things. So Ballin' Juries is here. Yeah. Yep. Cobe. Yep. They got it. So George is here. Oh, wow. Keb, we need to get to Boston. Okay. Hood Rich says, timeout. Hold on. Timeout. Hold on. Bonserts in Boston. Yeah, we need to do that. Okay. Hood Rich says 25. Oh, okay. Roseville. So you're suburban. Yeah, you're suburban. And so, been to Roseville, had a buddy in Rockland. If you know about Roseville, then you probably know about Rockland, because my buddy, one of my elementary school buddies, moved to Rockland, and we were just out there hanging out. And so, yeah, that was cool. Right now we're getting tan and drunk, but yeah, you made me think about my elementary school buddy. But yeah, so Roseville High, we used to play them actually in Pop Warner football. When we were little kids, we'd play against Roseville in football, little Pop Warner. They were good. They had some good players. And so, graduate early. Hood, Rich, GNX. Yep. So, hey, let's get it going. 25, that's a young guy. That is a young guy. Damn. Hood Rich, thank you. So, let us, guys, we're going to read these comments. Hold on. Yep, Sacktown, Tulsa, yep. Yep, Liam. Yep, Alex Lathrop. Angled. Oh, wow. Sydney. So, you guys, this is an example. So, Sydney, Australia, from Angled Bracket. So that's what we were trying to talk about earlier, right? Because normally we go live and it's, Melbourne, Los Angeles, right? We got different regions, but it was wild that there were so many Oregon guys, 3 Oregon guys initially. And so that was unique. And so, yeah, so appreciate the feedback, guys. The feedback makes the lives brag. 32 minutes. Guys, appreciate that. And the reason we went live is to promote our concert tonight, which is in Salem, Oregon at 8 o'clock West Boast, 5 hours from now. We're going to go do the sound check, and then we're going to rip the stage. Okay? The name of the bar is Tiki. Tiki in Salem at 8 o'clock. Okay? We're going to go hit the Hulls Bummy Johnson. We're going to hit the Abu Rashid. We're going to hit the Beaverton to Westland, swimming through the work like we got a right and left in. Who you testing? We're going to hit that. We're going to hit the pay your taxes, sending emails and faxes, rolling through the spot with the gang of Anglo-Saxons. We're going to hit that. We're going to hit FG Johns, the motherfucking stunner. We're going to hit that. So we're going to do a quick set, and then get it going. So appreciate everyone coming to the live. Appreciate the feedback, you guys. The feedback makes the lives brag. So yeah, we could get on here and monologue. Some girls do it. Like you'll see some girls that, maybe they're strippers or Instagram models. They'll get on and just talk shit for a half hour. And girls can kind of do that and get away with it. But, for a guy can monologue for about 8 minutes, at most. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, right? And the reason we say all that is because the feedback makes the lives brag. And so appreciate everyone getting here to the live. Appreciate YouTube of the 4,500 people. If they got 20 people here total, then that's cool. We'll live with that. We can live with that. That means that the notifications did in fact go out. And so that's all we could ask from YouTube. They provide the platform. They have a good business. We just want them to send the notifications out, because what do the subscribers subscribe for? And so, but yeah, we got to go viral every fucking day. Very hard. So concert tonight. We're going to be in LA on Saturday, or late Saturday, early Sunday, and yeah, it's time. It's been 11 years. We started G John Stop Bomb in 2014. So it would have been April of 2014. So we're at 11 fucking years, guys. And yeah, we've been viral. at times. We've been viral at times, but it has to be every day in order to survive. You have to go viral every day. And you know, we used to think it was just all fun and games, lollipops and candy canes, but it's actually very brutal. You know, the world is a very bad place. The United States is a very insidious and sadistic existence. And so, in order to surmount that, you just have to kick ass, you know, especially if you're going to be a person with high integrity, an honest person. If you're going to be a person like that, then you're going to have to really kick ass, because, you know, contention in the middle means there's space at the top. And so that's one of our lines, by the way, in case you screen recorded that. But yeah, the shit is real. And so we got to take the next step. In metropolitan Oregon, there's 1.5 million people, give or take. You know, it might be 1.7. But we got to get to LA. We're going to go be around 10 times that. You know, 15 million people. We're going to look and find out how that works. And so, again, the feedback makes the lives brack. 3 o'clock West Coast American Standard Time. Benjamin is here. Roseville. Oh, Teddy Bruschi's from there. Yep. Yeah. Hood Rich. Okay. Benjamin the Bat. Okay. Yeah, man. George is here. Keb2K. All right, guys. We'll give about 15 more seconds in case any more feedback comes in. Other than that, we're probably gonna get going. But appreciate everyone being here. Bonsert tonight. Tiki on Landmaster. 8 o'clock. Gonna rip that stage. If you want to get there, you can get there for the mic check. You know, it could be a meet and greet, you know. So we're gonna do mic check at 7, you know, make sure the sound system is humping, and then get on the stage at 8 and rip the whole shit, man. And that's what we're gonna do here in about less than 5 hours. So 4 if you count the mic check. So right now we're getting tan and drunk, going live. Thank you, YouTube. We're out here getting trashed. We're drinking malt liquors, bro. So, all right, we're probably gonna get going. Let me just look at the last little comments and then we'll get going. So, yeah, Hood Rich. So, why did Benjamin Bat apologize? Why'd they apologize right there? Why did Benjamin Bat apologize? Okay, why would you apologize in the comments like that? Okay, huh. Oh, yeah. So HID, yeah, it's HID, it might take a little luck, you know. It might take a little luck, yeah. So Dr. Gamer's here. HID. All right, man. We'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for being here. We'll talk to everyone later. YouTube, send our fucking notifications, man. We're trying to go viral.